Good morning, students. Today we are discussing the chapter ending questions from NCERT book, and today we are going to discuss question number 11. And here in question number 11, it is given that why does a sheet of paper falls slower than one that is crumbled in the shape of a ball? Here, the appropriate answer will be as the surface area of sheet of paper is larger than one that is crumbled into a ball. The surface area of sheet of paper is larger than one that is crumbled into a ball. The force of air resistance. So the force of air resistance on the sheet of paper is larger. And this is the reason that the sheet of paper falls slower than one that is crumbled into a ball. And question number 12, it is given that gravitational force on the surface of moon is only 1/6 as strong as gravitational force on the earth. We did in the earlier class that the gravitational force on the moon is 1/6 the gravitational force on the surface of the earth. Then what is the weight in Newton of a 10 kg object on the moon and on the earth? On both we have to find the weight of an object whose mass is 10 kg. Here mass of object small m is given 10 kg, and as we know that the value of a small g on the surface of earth is 9.8 meter per second square. So weight of that object on the surface of earth WE means weight on the surface of earth equals to a small m means mass of object into gravitational acceleration on the surface of earth, that is GE. And on putting the value of a small m here, it will be 10 multiply the value of GE is 9.8, and the weight of that object will be 98 Newton on the surface of earth. As gravitational force on the surface of moon is 1/6 that on the surface of earth, therefore Gm means the value of gravitational acceleration on the surface of moon will be 1/6 the value of gravitational acceleration on the surface of earth. That is, a small Ge value is 9.8 divided by 6 meter per second square. This much acceleration due to gravity is on surface of moon. So weight of the object on surface of moon, that is Wm, weight on moon equals to a small m into gm. A small m value is 10 and gm means acceleration due to gravity on surface of moon is 9.8 divided by 6, and on calculating the final value will be 16.3 Newton. So the weight of the body having mass 10 kg on the surface of earth will be 98 Newton, and on the surface of moon its weight will be 16.3 Newton only. And question number 13 just going to discuss, and in question number 13 it is asked that a ball is thrown vertically upward with a velocity of 49 meter per second. And since ball is initially thrown with a velocity of 49 meter per second, so initial velocity is given here. U value is 49 meter per second, and it reaches to its maximum height, and on maximum height the final velocity of the ball will be 0. So the value of v will be 0 at the maximum height, and acceleration due to gravity, a small g will be here minus 9.8 meter per second square, because the ball is thrown upward against the gravity. So here the value of a small g will be taken with negative sign. And using third equation of motion, it is known to you v square equals to u square plus 2gh. final velocity v value is 0, u value 49 square plus 2 into g value minus 9.8 into h, and it will be minus 49 into 49 equals to 2 into 9.8 into h, and therefore h value will be 49 into 49 divided by 2 into 9.8, and finally on calculation its value will be 124.5 meter. And B question is also there, and B question, the total time it takes to return to the surface of the earth. How much time it takes to return to the surface of earth? For that sake we are going to use first equation of motion, and first equation of motion is v equals to u plus gt. Final velocity value is 0, initial velocity u 49, and g value we have to take minus 9.8 meter per second square into t, and it on this side of equal 49 will be with negative sign, and on solving the t value is 5 seconds. And since time taken by a stone to reach the maximum height is equal to the time taken by a stone to fall to the ground, means as the time of ascent means moving in upward up to a maximum height, and equal to time of descent means falling of a stone from maximum height to earth. These two times are equal, so total time taken by the stone piece to return to the earth, that will be equal to 5 plus 5, that is 10 seconds. 5 seconds it takes to reach the maximum height, and also 5 seconds it takes to reach the surface of the earth. So total time taken by a stone to reach the earth will be 10 seconds. Here in question number 14, a stone is reached from the top of a stone is released from the top of a tower of height 19.6 meter. Calculate its final velocity just before reaching the ground. Here, since the a stone piece is simply dropped from the height of from the top of the tower, so here the initial velocity of the stone piece u will be 0, and distance covered by a stone h will be 19.6 meter, and g value is 9.8 meter per second square. Again using third equation of motion, v square equals to u square plus 2gh, and v square equals to u value initial velocity is 0, 2 into g value 9.8 and h value 19.6. So v will be equal to a square root 2 into 9.8 into 19.6, and on calculating the final value of final velocity will be 19.6 meter per second. Question number 15 and last question. A stone is thrown vertically upward with an initial velocity of 40 meters per second. So initial velocity, that is u value, is given here 40 meters per second, and final velocity of the ball at maximum height v will be equal to 0, and g value we have to take here minus 10 meters per second square, because it is provided in the question. We have to take g value is minus 10 meters per second square. And using third equation of motion, it is known to us third equation of motion is v square equals to u square plus 2gh, and we are putting the values of various physical quantities used here. V value is 0, u value 40, 2 into g value minus 10 into h, and on this side, on left side of equal sign, this 40 square will be with negative sign, and here minus 20h, minus to minus cancel, and h value on finally calculating h value will be 80 meter. As the ball comes back and falls on the ground, therefore it takes 40 meters to reach the maximum height, and again it travels 40 meters to reach the surface of the earth. So the total distance travelled by the ball will be equal to 80 plus 80, that is 160 meters. 80 meter it travels in reaching the maximum height, and 80 meter it travels to reach the surface of the ground. So the total distance travelled by the ball will be equal to 80 plus 80, that is 160 meter. As the initial and final position of the stone coincides, because the ball was thrown from the surface of the earth and again it comes back to the surface of earth, so initial and final position of the ball coincides, hence the displacement of the ball will be 0. And today up to 15 we did, and in next class we will try to discuss the next question. Thank you, have a nice day.